Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. In today's video, I'll be talking about Chloe Bailey. To start off, I love Chloe Bailey. I am a fan of her. I think she's extremely talented and underrated. However, I am in that percentage of fans who prefers Ungodly Hour over her recent project. That album is truly a no-skip album and it was incredible, and I still listen to some of those songs now. Chloe and Halle together is just a beautiful pairing and they bounce off of each other so well. I really love that record. But it isn't to say that I didn't like In Pieces. I actually really enjoyed the In Pieces album. I didn't really care for the artwork like a lot of people didn't, but the album was cohesive, I will say that. I liked about 3 tracks from the album. I loved the song In Pieces because I was really not in the best place when the album came out and it was just perfect. Also, I love the song Cheat Back and For the Night, so I do think there are a few solid records on the project, but all in all, it just didn't resonate with majority of people. That could be for a lot of reasons though. It could have been for the album itself, it could have been for Chloe Bailey's new image compared to Ungodly Hour and then before Ungodly Hour, and what the core fans were used to from her image-wise. Either way, as a general sense, the fans weren't necessarily resonating with the project, but I could find a couple of solid tracks off the album that I still listen to now. Honestly, I also thought the track with Chris Brown was going to perform better. Like, I don't even remember the name of the track. It wasn't memorable at all. The video was okay. There was just nothing stand out about that record, and I really thought it was going to be a big song for her because of the Chris Brown feature. But basically, there was nothing wow about the In Pieces album. There were a couple of tracks that were cute, but there wasn't anything that stood out about the album to me, and most likely a lot of other people. I think another reason why people didn't resonate that much with the album or Chloe Bailey in general is she does take a lot of inspiration from Beyonce. And that is by no means a bad thing. Beyonce is her mentor and she's on her management team and label, so it makes a lot of sense that she is inspired by her. But I think for a lot of the fans, it is a little bit overkill sometimes with her mannerisms, her dress, and her performance style is very reminiscent of Beyonce in the past and Beyonce today. I think some of the fans want Chloe to grow into herself a little bit more and showcase more than just her inspiration of Beyonce and give us a little bit of Chloe and something a little bit more original to her. Some people in the comments might disagree with that, but I agree. Speaking of Beyonce, some people thought it was Beyonce's responsibility in order to promote Chloe's album more. And being that Chloe's on the Parkwood management team, their team did a really good job, in my opinion, of promoting Chloe. She was all over a lot of news stations, and she had billboards and interviews, and she was constantly put in the spotlight before she dropped her album. I don't think it's Beyonce's responsibility as another working artist to continually promote Chloe on her personal page and kind of push up Chloe as an artist, because Chloe is her own artist and she's supposed to stand on her own in that capacity. I think if Beyonce would have done that, fans would have said that Chloe had a handicap in her album sales. If they were to have done better, people would have attributed her success to Beyonce instead of Chloe. I also don't understand the people who were upset at Beyonce for saying that she should have added Chloe to her tour. Again, Chloe is her own artist, and Beyonce would be handicapping her by helping her do everything through her. I think it's totally cool for Beyonce to support Chloe, but then at the same time let her be her own artist and kind of go through things on her own, whether it's the ups or the downs. And Beyonce was in the middle of her Renaissance album promotion, and then now Beyonce is currently on tour, so how much free time does she have to promote Chloe? That is what the management team is for. Speaking of touring, Chloe seems to be on the second leg of her tour right now, and she seems to be having a lot of fun, and she's doing great, and she seems to be staying positive and just enjoying it. Despite her album not selling well and the perception being mixed, she is selling out her tours, and she seems to be having a great time with her fans and the people who showed up for her and her album. Now let's talk a little bit about Chloe Bailey's image. I had to do my own research on this because I didn't know much about Chloe and Halle before Ungodly Hour, because that's when I became a fan. So I didn't realize that both Chloe and Halle had a very strong Christian background upbringing, and they were like good girls type of image before they blew up. And so it's understandable that the core fan base was a little bit thrown off and even frustrated and upset by Chloe Bailey's new change. A lot of people are saying it's definitely due to her just growing up and becoming a woman and developing confidence in herself and her body, which I'm all for that, but I don't think that's entirely what it is. I think her new image could partially be that, but I honestly think it's due to the industry. If you notice, whether it's R&B, hip hop, or pop, most of the girls that are mainstream are extremely sexualized nowadays. Not just a little sexy here and there or having confidence in their bodies, but like extremely overtly sexual. And that is something that is heavily pushed in the music industry, especially mainstream. Not to say her sexual image is not her at all. It's just to say the extremity of it is more than likely due to the industry pressure to keep up with that type of image. Sex sells. And if you notice, all the popular girls in the media now are extremely over-sexualized, and that's the formula that's working. So I fear in order for Chloe Bailey to remain relevant, she has to portray herself in this way, and it's jarring and it's shocking, but it's what works. And it's how a lot of attention is garnered and then leads to sales. Especially black women in the music industry who want to make it to the top. There's not a lot of black women in the music industry who are at the tippity top who are non-sexual. It's just unfortunately not something that we have the luxury of being. And I feel that Chloe Bailey and a lot of other artists are doing what they have to do to remain relevant and successful. I don't get the impression that if Chloe Bailey wasn't extremely famous and on the pedestal that she's on, that she would be this extremely sexual version of herself. I think she'd probably be a little bit more toned down and a little bit more matched to what her personality portrays than this image. But I understand it and I don't judge it because I think it's a part of what has to be done, unfortunately. All things considered, what is next for Chloe Bailey? I wonder where she's gonna go musically and directionally from here. Obviously, she's R&B, but I wonder what kind of route she's going to take when she's going to release her next project, EP, single, feature, whatever the case. I hope she doesn't let the reception that she's had bring her down, and I hope she still has the passion for music she had before she dropped the album. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think her next project is going to do good? Her next single? Do you think Chloe should keep it up? Let me know. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.